morning, children, and welcome to our English classes. Today, we are going to learn a yet very interesting topic, that is the modal auxiliaries, or what we call as the modals. Now, what are modal verbs or the modals? They are the auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. That means they do not act as the action words like the general finite verbs do, but they act as the auxiliary verbs that provide additional meaning to the main verb of the sentence. They are used to express different shades of meanings of the main verb, the mood and attitude of the speaker. So why do we use the modal verbs then if we don't use them to show the action? We use the modal verbs along with the main verb to show the mood and attitude of the speaker. That means the main verb is important in the sentence along with the modal auxiliaries. So here we are going to learn that modals, what do they generally express? Modals are used to express ability of an action, that somebody is able to do the action or not, ability of an action, possibility of an action, permission to do an action, request to do an action, suggestions for an action, wish of some action, necessity of an action, or prohibition of an action. So what are the general modals or the modal auxiliaries that we use in our day-to-day communication? The general modals that we use are may, must, will, can, should, shall, need to, have to, or has to. Most of these auxiliary verbs or the modal auxiliaries can also be used in their negative form. Now, there are certain rules that we need to follow when we use the modals. What is the first rule? Use the modals as it is. There is no change in tenses. That is, you have to use the modals in their base form. There is no past and future tense of these modals. That is, you cannot write she might go to sleep. You need to write she might go to sleep. That is the base form. Use with base verb. Don't use the preposition to. So, here the sentence she must to finish her homework is wrong. She must finish her homework is right. To finish should not be used after must. Use not after modals when negative. So as I told you, you also use the negative form of this modal auxiliaries. For example, she not could play football is wrong. If the negative word not is used, it needs to be used after the modal auxiliary. That is, in this sentence, she could not play football. That means not is used after the modal verb could. Certain other rules are modal verbs do not add s or es to third person singular. That means you cannot write he can fly a rocket. Even if he is a singular, you don't add s to the modal verb. Instead, you have to use the base form, that is he can fly a rocket. This is the correct sentence. The modal verb always comes before a finite verb. Remember this, children. For example, she dance can is wrong. She can dance is right. So can is used before the main verb, the finite verb dance. So now, as we have already learned the uses of modals, why modals are used and what they express. The first one is ability. A modal can be used to show ability. He can play guitar. Can is used to show ability. He can't drive a car properly. Inability to drive the car. In the negative sentence. A modal auxiliary can be used to show ability in the past. For example, he could walk 5 kilometers at a stretch. I could walk 5 kilometers at a stretch when I was a girl. So now I am not able to walk anymore. So could is used to show the past ability. I'm sure he will be able to complete the work by tomorrow. So, be able to is also used to show ability. It can be used in the past tense, in the present tense, and also in the future tense. That is, in this sentence, it is used with the future tense. Will be able to. Past tense, you can write was able to, and present tense, am able to. A model can be used to show possibility or probability of an action. The dam can or could break any time. That is, there is a possibility. I may finish my homework by evening, probably. We had better call them tomorrow. They might be having their dinner now. So this might be probably they might be having their dinner now. Okay, he must be in the gymnasium now. So this is the possibility or the probability which you think. So here we have learnt that can, could, may, might, must are also used to show the possibility or probability of an action. Now, this modality chart shows how the models show the probability or possibility rate. That is, might shows the least possibility and have to shows the highest possibility. So, might, may, could, can, should, would, will, must and have to increase in their degree of possibility. So, this is the modality chart. Now, a model can be used to ask or give permission. As we have already learned about ability and possibility, then now we are going to learn how the models can be used to ask or give permission. For example, may is used in formal. When you are asking formally somebody, may I come in, ma'am? And here the ma'am replies, this is may I come in is asking permission, and ma'am gives you permission. Yes, you may come in and sit in your place. Now, the model can be used in an informal way to ask permission. Suppose you are asking permission from your parents, then you can be a little informal. For example, mom, can I buy some chips to have a snack? And mom doesn't give you permission, no you can't. I will prepare snacks at home. So could is used in a much polite way. A permission taken in a polite way from someone very elderly or someone for whom you have lot of regards. Okay, for example, the students would seek permission using could. Ma'am, could I submit my work tomorrow? So, could is used in a much polite way. A model can be used to make requests too. For example, could. Could you please give me a bag? This is a request. Would. Would is also used for making request. Would you please carry these books to my room? A model can be used to make requests. What are the other models that you can use? Can and will. We have learned previously about could and would. Now we'll learn about can and will. How they are used to make requests. She is not feeling well. Can you inform, ma'am? So when it is not very formal, then we can use can and will to make requests. Will you help her to walk to the sick room? A model can be used to make suggestions too. For example, could. We could go to an ice cream parlor or stay at home and watch a movie. So this is a suggestion. Okay, so this is a suggestion given by the child that either we can go to the ice cream parlor or stay at home and watch a movie. Okay, now one more example of making suggestions using shall. If we are staying at home, shall I set the table for dinner? This is what is the other way of making suggestion using shall. Should also is used to give a suggestion. You should wear a helmet. Is it not? Now, you can have a glass of water to feel hydrated. So, this can be used to give a suggestion. A model can also be used to make a wish, not only a suggestion, but if you have to make a wish for someone, we use the model may. For example, may you have a fantastic day. If you have to wish your mother, may you have a fantastic day. Now let's talk about how are the other modal auxiliaries or modal verbs used. For example, modals can be used to show obligation. For example, the modal must. You must always do your homework. The modal mustn't. Okay, or one more example of the modal should. I should be at work before 8 a.m. That's the obligation. So the modal should can also be used to for an obligation. Necessity. Okay, students must pass an entrance examination to study in this school. So this is the necessity. So must is not only used for obligation, but it can also be used for necessity. Okay. Now we'll talk about prohibition. How mustn't is used for prohibition. You mustn't reveal where you get the information from. So mustn't is used to show prohibition. Next, should can be used to give an advice. You should regularly do exercise. Is it not? So the modals can be used to give advice, prohibition, necessity and obligation. Now how are some more modal verbs used? Modals can be used to show recommendation. For example, ought to is used. You ought to wear a mask when you go out. Ought not to shows a prohibition. You ought not to drink so much coffee. It isn't good for you. Now we'll talk about the modal verbs have to, don't have to, need to and needn't to. Why are they used? So these modals can be used to show absence of necessity. So we don't need to or needn't believe in God. So needn't is used to show the absence of necessity. And we need to confirm our reservations before Friday. This is used to show the necessity, need to. Then, absence of obligation. You don't have to arrive before 8 a.m. So, absence of obligation. We use don't have to, and have to is used to show obligation or compulsion. I have to clean my room. So, these models can be used to show compulsion, absence of obligation, necessity, and absence of necessity. Now we'll talk about could have and should have. Could have and should have are used to talk about things which were possible in the past but didn't happen. It was such a pleasant day. We should have gone swimming. This was possible in the past but didn't happen. My sister is very strong. She could have easily lifted the bag if she wasn't ill. So these could have happened but did not happen. So children, as we have learnt about the different modals or the modal auxiliaries, now the time for homework. Complete the exercises in your grammar textbook of this chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter very well, this topic very well, and please revise and go through the video n number of times so that you can clearly understand the topic. Thank you children. Have a good time.